Nemechek battling as well right around him. And a whopper of a problem for Joe Nemechek.
You know, how many times have we seen?
Now here is the very next lap. Ooh.
Oh, my. Oh, Xfinity pounded that guardrail.
Pounded both of them. And Austin had to spin the car out.
Oh, Nemechek around. Big hit for John Hunter Nemechek.
And Jeff Bodine makes some contact with John Andretti. And Andretti's trying his best to ever see Ernie Irvin go by. Now here comes Nemechek. And looks like the Dallenbach also hit the water.
Dallenbach was the first to hit the water, and then Andretti.
We see him right to the right of the screen, just some contact. And the 87 car spins, he goes down, and what happens is you got to go back up. As he goes back up, we're right behind the sign, but watch as these cars come in there, and boom, Chuck Bound nails him. That's the 19 car of Tom Peck. Bobby Labonte goes down. There's 24 car, 34 car. That's Todd Bodine, the Hungry Jack car.
That looks like a fuel fire.
How about Gustine coming around the outside? Contact, and Dean is going to take out Rhodes. And Crafton gets through again somehow, and so many more involved in this incident.
Here's again what happened to Nemechek.
See the tire go flat straight up the hill. You can see parts of the rubber on the tire flying all over the place. He hits the wall.
Scott Speed gets into Legacy, which takes out Nemechek.
And that's just, you just can feel the race end. You can see Scott Speed saw he could pick up a couple spots and got a little aggressive right there and took out 2 cars.
Yeah, yes, this is a tough break
with Grant Enfinger in second, and Justin Haley slipped into the 3rd spot and around again. Caution, a bigger one this time. Timothy Peters involved. Austin Hill in the 02. Jesse Little, the 97. Well, that's a shame here.
Michael into his teammate Rudeman.
Got Rudeman loose.
Right in front of Keselowski. Here comes Nemechek. Pow into Michael.
Look at, nope, didn't make it. Didn't make it.
Brian Keselowski, we just talked about, was involved. That white car up against the wall there.
There's Mark Martin down here, Jimmy Johnson, Jeff Gordon.
3.
Wow, there's Jeremy. His car must have been really loose because it goes around again right in front of Joe. Man, nowhere to go.
Looks like Matt maybe got a little bit tight, lost the front end a little bit.
Oh, and Dalton.
Yeah, Nemechek's car went high up against the wall, came back down into the car of Brett Bodine. Bodine was just an innocent victim there. He was down on the inside of the track. Nemechek's car went a little high up next to the outside wall, careened down across the track, and then, of course, into the inside retaining wall.
From another angle, more.
Got some bump from the back.
That's Ashton Lewis hitting him hard.
Another lead lap car. There you see Coy Gibbs getting in the back of Ashton Lewis.
Nowhere to go.
There's Vickers, the 5. He's right in the middle of it. Gets hit twice.
Bounced around like a pinball.
Is that Rudeman at the top of the frame? Can't quite see in the glare.
Oh, and there goes Fontaine. Contact and around. Crafton involved. Rhodes involved. Parker Kligerman. John Hunter Nemechek. Bo Lamastus. Johnny Saw.
Nemechek sliding across the track, slams into it out there on the outside.
You can see right there.
Oh, wow.
Car
Yeah,
turn.
See all the sparks flying way before he gets to the wall.
He hits hard.
Well, he caught it a few times, but eventually his luck ran out.
Oh, boy.
Is it? I mean, Hornish, the 77, did not get against him. He just got loose. Hornish just went back out on the racetrack a few laps ago after being in the garage.
Seen that a little bit down here. If your car's loose.
Turns in, everything's okay. Watch right here.
Xfinity Series and the trucks, and then it's those guys towards the back that end up with the big change of speed.
Unfortunate for that 24, Chase Purdy.
Look at that job that the 15 of Tanner Gray does.
Yeah, Gray got through there.
That was awesome. He just picked his way right through that mess.
And right, even when the spotter's hollering at you, way back there where you see that 78 car get sideways, you just can't slow down. Actually, it was Scott Speed's car.
Trickle.
Oh, and there's trouble. They're crashing.
Same thing happened in the...
You were riding with him as he got sliding, and now you see Kyle Petty coming around.
That's the same thing that happened.
He just maybe had a brake issue. And wow, heavy contact here at Martinsville.
I'll be interested to hear John Hunter's comments.
He's clear, but he is not quite clear.
Hard impact.
He was also not quite running.
Well, he had to get out of the car or out of the gas and on the binders. Presley's got a problem. Got a left front tire going in.
Tough break, and he spins Tracy Leslie. And we have caution on the speedway up in turn 1.
Leslie gets clobbered by Nemechek. Both of those cars got bad damage. I'm going to the front.
Oh, trouble. John Hunter Nemechek.
Looked like across the racetrack, looked like Johnny.
Lights out of your screen. These guys running toward the back of the pack, and you heard him say about a cut tire and heavy damage on both those cars.
Josh Wise push the button, and now Allgaier and Taylor Malsom around. Joe Nemechek slams the inside wall hard.
The inside, Matt Crafton on the outside. Look at Matt Crafton really. Oh, trouble. Nemechek sideways.
John Hunter Nemechek around, and he's making some contact with Johnny Sauter as well.
It's from high above.
Yeah, Carl may have actually been trying to get in the outside lane there.
It looked like he thought he might have a hole. And was trying to get in that hole before it closed up, but he misjudged the front of his car.
You know, we've seen that a number of times down here this week in both the Cup Series and now in this series, to where guys are misjudging just a little bit. And it only takes
overshot the corner. Yeah, just got in a little bit too hard. Never really got down to the bottom of the racetrack.
Mayer, the K&N East champ, making his third career start in the Truck Series, just 16 years old. And
by himself, yep.
Boy, see that car rebound.
This is where it gets scary for a driver, both when you're wrecking and when you're trying to miss it.
Ow. Is that Robert Presley went by on the inside?
Yeah. Oh, great job by Davis. What a nice
Unbelievable. Austin Hill as well. Unfortunately for the 16 of Moffitt, Stuart Friesen absolutely nowhere to go, as well as the 13.
Through the dog leg. And just did not have the angle. We heard Rusty Wallace talking about that in the countdown.
To the spinning Kligerman.
This looked like Nemechek just got loose there on the restart when he gassed it up.
Take another look. Okay, does that qualify? Everything's going to get crazy?
24. There it goes. Oh, and there's a collection into the wall and through the grass on the bottom.
I would be shocked if it weren't Ross Chastain.
Now let's go back to second.
In the lead.
Leaders in the wall. Second and third, McLaughlin spinning.
We talk about he got loose time, but we talk about how John Hunter really pinches those guys down.
I don't know yet. Looked like somebody got into the wall there getting off of turn 2 and just lost it. That would be Kerry. Yep.
And he comes across the racetrack, and Jeff Fuller had done a terrific job. I mean, to miss all this stuff and got tagged in the rear. And that's a hard lick.
Is not here. And watch the 8 car. See how lucky he is.
Looked like Jason Keller may have checked up right there, and Jeff Green got in the back of Jason Keller. That may have been what happened right there.
But look how he avoided Mike Wallace, too, in the 8 machine. Jeff
That
Green.
is great driving.
And Sachs just did miss Mike Wallace. Yanked that machine.
Sparks flying out of James Buscher's car.
See, Michael Annett gets loose here. Right in front of Shelby Howard and Nemechek. Nowhere to go. Man.
Yeah, those two get collected. And remember, Annett.
It starts out as a big wad, and then somebody gets wadded up. See all those cars. Look at
Jason Keller came down, got into Casey Kane to begin with, and he went back up the racetrack. Joe Nemechek had to jump on the brakes, it looked like.
Can be one of those things where somebody coming through on fresher tires that much faster picks a lane, and that lane closes up.
They go 3 wide in turn 3. Benny Parsons, Mike Wallace. Oh, crash!
Looks like Mike Wallace is going to lead to that. Then Shiner Robinson did not.
Talladega Superspeedway, and you see the 00 of Buckshot Jones
hit from behind, gets down into Joe Nemechek, the pole sitter, and they go spinning. And then there's Elton Sawyer hitting the Buckshot Jones car and gets Elton's car gets up off the ground, then catches on fire as it goes out through there.
You see the tire jumping along? That is nice of him. Now, what happens to the 56 car, Mark Truex, is inexperience. He saw all the smoke, and he jumped off the gasoline. He just rapidly took his foot.
60-some miles an hour. These cars are running 185, and the roof flaps do their job to keep that car from getting way up in the air.
Yeah, I mean, that all happened so fast, I don't think the roof flaps ever even had a chance.
No, 71, Kevin LePage involved. We did not count him as being part of this.
Important move by Sachs, and you can be sure the spotter on the roof. There's the spin. That brought out this caution, second in this second half.
Buddy Moy's got a nice look at that spin. Car right in front of her. That's her old buddy.
Position before the competition yellow.
And Elliott's out.
Oh, the 6 of Darrell Wallace Jr. is going to go around. He catches the 48. The big one happens in front. 2 of Austin Dillon is collected. 3 of Ty Dillon gets through.
Definitely left front damage.
Brendan
It's Randy LaJoy.
Oh, look out, Dirk.
Oh,
Dirk Stevens
no.
loose. Wow. Oh, Matt, look behind. What a mess.
Ricky Craven, Joe Nemechek, Robbie Crouch.
Well, Pete Orr goes in the corner and loses control. He goes back up the hill and makes I'm sorry, that's Tracy Leslie. That's Tracy Leslie in the 11, and Pete Orr make contact and spin. And, man, they just took all the options, didn't they, Cal?
Yeah, there's no... Right here, if you're back 3 cars, there's no place. These guys on the bottom of the racetrack are doing good, but if you notice, the 2 cars that wrecked spun out of the way. These guys run into each other trying to get out of the way. You know, you've got guys checking up, you've got guys still in the gas, and there's no place for these guys to go. The apron's covered, the racetrack's covered, the grass is covered. All you can do is stop if you can.
It's going to be with the right fronts, and that's what you always worry about when you got new pavement.
Much cars go by you on the outside. And you're so wide and you say, roll, what? Whoa, trouble. Boy, the 2 car upside down, over and on to Scott Briggs. It's the big one.
Oh, boy, who is that still flipping?
Sauter. It was Johnny Sauter.
There's not anybody left.
I mean, I only see about 4 or 5 cars that are coming around through 3 and 4 right now that were not in this race. They see Mike McLaughlin in 18. They're still getting upside.
As soon as he ran up behind the 44 car, he's struggling to go. Nemechek, around he goes.
Second place car is crashed and the caution is out.
Screen.
Oh. Got a little help.
That was the 10 car of Scott Riggs behind him.
Almost got it turned around and straightened up and almost saved that thing.
Now, one of our point leaders was out in front of us.
This happened. There were about 25 cars in this pack, so it happened kind of right in the middle of them.
Dave, what about the 20 car?
Mike radioed in right after that he was, you saw where he was in the middle of the track. He said, I got in the middle. He said the back end just came around. I don't know what happened, if the air got taken off of it or whatever, but he realized the back end of the car just came right out from